Congratulations, Mr. President.
4 years ago, Donald Trump was elected on a promise to make America great again. He withdrew the U.S. from international bodies,
Withdraw.
fired shots at China on all fronts, and ruined ties with traditional allies. Now, Joe Biden has been elected. What will change?
I think that a big part of what has made America great has been America standing for certain universal values. And I think that President Biden will take an approach that is more consistent with what the United States has done in the past in terms of trying to set an example of fairness and integrity in the way that we conduct our affairs.
High hopes are pinned on Biden to return the world superpower to a normal, stable track. Restoring ties with other players may be the first step. Trump took a confrontational stance against China. Will Biden follow suit?
I don't think they're going to be the same as they have been in the past, because I think we'll have to do some things differently. And I think China is doing some things differently on its side, and the U.S. will also. I think we have to look at the domestic political dynamics in each country too, and recognize that to some extent our current divergent paths are a reaction to what the other country is doing. But in other important respects, they're a reflection of the country's own internal political dynamics. And so those are the kinds of things that will be very hard to change between the two governments. But I think there will be a serious effort to try to work on these issues. So I think the fact that there will be this effort will be a good first step.
But goodwill does not stop hawks from talking down China-U.S. ties. Whoever is in office, the U.S. has started to speak of China as a threat, not a friend. Is this a reality?
I think using labels is a little bit too simplistic, and maybe even makes the situation more difficult to deal with. I certainly wouldn't think of China as an enemy, but I would think that we're becoming increasingly aggressive, competing against one another, and maybe even in confronting one another in certain areas. But it's still a place where we have very many positive aspects of the relationship as well. We have a very rich exchange between our two countries, even at the same time that we're dealing with these other challenges. And hopefully this will help us to take a kind of a more nuanced approach. If you don't have much interaction with someone, you can get a very kind of a black and white simplistic view. But when you sit down and talk with people, you start to find ways forward that you might be able to solve problems and manage differences.
As Biden prepares for office, only time will tell if the new president will grasp the opportunity to rebuild China-U.S. ties and the reputation of the U.S.